Hey Sagittarius, welcome to your October 2024 mid-month reading. We're just going to go ahead and get started and jump straight in. I hope you're doing well. Of course, if you want to book a personal reading with me, that link will be down below in the description. If you click that link, it'll take you straight to my website, and then you can purchase a read. All right, let's see here, Sag. What's going on here? I'm like seeing like a Sagittarius like trying to figure out a puzzle. Like I get this image of you, Sagittarius. I'm not saying like this is literally what you're doing, but maybe it is. Like trying to put a puzzle together. Like the Eight of Swords would be like, all right, I see all these fucking puzzle pieces all over the damn table. And the Knight of Pentacles is like, well, we got to figure out how these all fit together. So it's going to take some time for me to figure this out. So that's kind of like the overall vibe that I'm picking up immediately from your reading here. And I do feel like there is this emphasis here, like with this Devil card. I'm going to put my charger in. I think there's this emphasis here on the material world. Because, yeah, I mean, yes, the Devil card can be like toxic energy, and you do have a Seven of Swords in the challenge. So I would say this, any type of toxic, negative influence in your life at this time for the rest of the month, I would stay away from here because it could lead you to, you know, regretting some things with the Eight of Swords, and maybe you already regret some things with the Eight of Swords, right? So that's just a side note here. Others, and also too, I want to get caught up in the whole comparison thing here. For some of you, I don't know, there could be people that it's like you could be picking up like a negative, weird vibe off of or something like that. And I would just avoid it. Don't read too much into it. Just don't read too much into it, because I feel you could start some unnecessary drama here, and you know, so I would just stay away from it, or just, and yeah, I would just like avoid it. Seven of Swords. But I would say, like, if you need to speak up for yourself, the Seven of Swords in a challenge is like, don't walk on eggshells. Say what you need to say, right? So you just have to find out where you're at on that balance or on that scale. You know what I mean? So, but I do pick up here that there is an emphasis here, like I said, on the material world here. And when I say, like, the Devil card is like, okay, like, I got to start working. Like, there's things I got to do, you know, because I have to attend to my foundation. Otherwise, I won't have a foundation, right? So the Devil card can represent sometimes to where it's like, we need to focus on our money. We need to focus on our personal on our foundation and our resources, right? Like, we need to become more disciplined, more strict. People forget that the Devil card is the archetype of Capricorn. So it's not always this negative, fucking toxic shit, right? It's that the Devil card is Capricorn. Like, there's an energy of having to be structured. There's an energy of having to be critical, analytical, objective about a situation. So that way, like, you can build what it is that you need to build here, or do what it is that you need to do, right? So here we go. Let's go ahead and get into this. By the way, though, one thing I'm seeing here is that if you were to really commit yourself to the process here, that could be confusing of something you're trying to figure out, you will figure it out. And with this King of Wands, I feel like it's going to lead you to a lot of success. King of Wands in the outcome position, it's not even like, it could be material success, but it's the type of success that hits you on an individual note, to where it expands your sense of confidence and your sense of self and your sense of authority. Like, you knowing, like, if I want something, like, I can get it because I have the resume or like the proof here of like the things that I've done, right? So it boosts your self-esteem. You pull this fifth house card. It says creativity here. And some of you, I think also too, because the fifth house does deal with expression, like self-expression, but it's also self-comprehension too. It's like, sometimes in order for us to self-express, we have to be able to just first comprehend. And the fifth house also deals with learning, believe it or not. That's why the first, fifth, ninth house are entwined to one another. So it's the self-expression and morality. So I pick up here that a lot of fifth house energy going on here for you. This could be with love and romance too, because the fifth house is that here. If that's the case with love and romance, I feel for some of you, you could be messing with somebody who's toxic or not good for you, or who is a bad influence for you. And if that's the case, obviously you kind of know what to do. You're probably already trying to avoid this person here, but I kind of feel like this person's kind of like a fly. They just like stick around. So you may have to, you know, do what you have to do to, like, you know, distance yourself from this person. Some of you, I am picking up, I'm getting a channel message like an energy vampire, the devil. So, and just in general, this doesn't even have to be romantic. I would just say with all your relationships here, I would not surround yourself with energy vampires here, because it's going to take away from your sense of self. And I also pick up too that a lot of you, like I was going to say, that there is this energy of you really trying to understand something, like comprehend something here, and you're trying to figure out how to self-express something or assert your will in a way in which that gives you the result here that you want. You pulled this Root Girl card. It says the disowned self here, and you know, Eight of Swords can be, when we have a Devil, King of Wands here, there's the sense of self-restriction, and then like a thought process, or just the mind getting in the way, or beliefs getting in the way, which can point to feeling insecure about something. And I would say here, with this 5th house card coming out, to not be insecure here, because the 5th house is about your talents, and I think you are very talented here, especially with the King of Wands being in the reading, is to trust in your abilities here. It may not be perfect when you go about first doing something, or when you go about doing it, but don't be too hard on yourself here. It's like you're learning, and if you can be open with the 8 of Swords to be open to learning and view different perspectives on how you can get better with what you're doing, or how you can express something, or how you can create something, like that's really going to help you here. But I would, don't let, and everybody has their own insecurities, right? But don't let that stop you, right? Like flip your what you may feel as a weakness right into a strength. Because the 7 of Cups is your advice. The 7 of Cups is about your desires, the things that you want to experience, the things that you want to merge with, right? But the 7 of Swords in a challenge is like, I want to avoid that, or I'm avoiding it, or because 8 of Swords, I'm afraid I'm not going to get what I want. You pull this, be clear on what you want, put action to your goals, make them a reality here. And that's the Devil card in the future position. It is reality. It's the reality. It's the physical reality. But the 7 of Swords, 8 of Swords is like, there could be a lot of different things here that you're thinking about, but you're trying to figure out, what is the thing here, Knight of Pentacles, that is going to work, and that is practically going to work. But you could be, it's about picking one, right? Like setting a strong intention, and then starting that practical process to manifesting what your desires are. Because even with this 8 of Wands, I see you have a lot of ambition here. 8 of Wands is the height of ambition. And I think Spirit's wanting you to be ambitious at this time. Some of you may have Capricorn in your chart, or some type of Capricorn influence going on. Clarify this. Oh shit. All right, you pulled the 7 of Wands. Yeah, 7 of Wands is about standing up for yourself, right? Asserting yourself, being your own confident authority, right? Standing up for what it is that you believe in, and seeing what you're capable of. Clarify this 8 of Swords in your current energy. You pulled the King of Wands. I knew it. I told you. King of Wands, 8 of Swords. I knew there's something about the self, restriction, stagnation, and then it acting as it creating a bunch of craziness in the mind with the King of Wands. So it's like, you could be, judging yourself or criticizing yourself too much, or not believing in yourself enough here. Or you could be doubting yourself, or you could be, right, there could just be these like insecurities that you could be having, right, which we all have. But I really see here you're a lot better than you think you are. It's like you could just be your own worst critic and your own worst judge on yourself here. Clarify the 7 of Swords as your advice. You pulled the 3 of Wands. Yeah, and the 3 of Wands is about, people say it's your ship's coming in. It is your ship's coming in. But the 3 of Wands, and this makes a good point, because the challenge is like you're waiting, right? But it's like you're looking at your desires, 3 of Wands, 7 of Cups, but you're almost like kind of, avoiding them too. right? Maybe you're afraid of what's going to happen, or afraid you're not going to be good enough, or afraid you're not going to get what it is that you want, or maybe feeling like you're not ready, right? So you need to go back and learn more and figure it out more. But no, I think you're ready now. And I think here that with this Three of Wands, Seven of Swords, like the Three of Wands is also just Sun and Aries, right? So it's just about being Sun, being self-determined, being courageous and bold here, and not avoiding what you actually want. But definitely avoiding the things that aren't what you want, right? So clarify the Devil card. You pulled the High Priestess here. And I would say here with this High Priestess, you're definitely being encouraged here to rely upon your own wisdom at this time. And you got to trust in your own intuition and your own gut with things here. And I'm going to pull one more on this to see if we can get a minor arcana. You pull the Seven of Swords. God damn it. Yeah, so I really want to, okay, so I feel Spirit is saying to do it your authentic way here. Trust yourself, because the Devil, High Priestess, Seven of Swords can be, and I'm not saying this is what you're doing, and this is not what I'm saying, right? But the energy can be, well, I don't feel, you're not trusting in your creativity, you're not trusting in your own sense of self. So we look outward to the world, Seven of Swords, and see like, well, what's that person doing? What's that person doing? What's their opinion? What's their opinion? What are they doing? Like, and we try to do it their way. Right? We try to do it their way, but that never really works long term. So it's like, yeah, it's like get inspired by the external, but ultimately synergize it in your own way, in your own authentic way, and rely upon your own spontaneous creativity here to be your navigation system when it comes to the process of you creating what it is that you're trying to create. I want to say this too, you know, the Devil, High Priestess, Seven of Swords, be careful who you tell your business to. If you don't trust someone, don't share your business with them. Seven of Swords can deal with, you know, sometimes it's good to just keep things to yourself. And the Devil card and the High Priestess could be like secrets and someone here trying to expose someone or something like that, right? So, or, you know, not being trustworthy. So that's just a side note. It's nothing to fear. Just be aware of that. You pull the Eight of Wands, Five of Swords here in the position of something you're unaware of that you need to be aware of here. I think it's time for you to really break free here, Sagittarius, from your own self-imposed prison at this time. I think you have a lot of ambition, and you know there could be things here that it's almost like I feel like you want to do what you want to do, but you're afraid of how it may affect maybe everybody else. Right? And that can show up in multiple different ways. Or maybe you're afraid of being judged, or maybe you're afraid of being criticized, or maybe you're afraid of, you know, whatever the case might be. But I think here, the Eight of Wands, Five of Swords, this is like, Five of Swords is like you're wanting to win. Like you're wanting, Five of Swords is winning at all cost. Putting yourself first. And no longer letting something have power over you to be able to do what it is that you want to do. And I think here that you're really being encouraged here with the Eight of Wands to set yourself free. Clarify the Seven of Cups as the advice. You have the Empress. Yeah, and the Empress is all about creation. And I do see you getting to that point. But the Empress is all about creation and abundance and prosperity and living a beautiful life and having the things that you've always dreamed of and connecting with people and cooperating with people and just having overall just a beautiful, abundant, prosperous life. And that's what you're desiring, and I feel like Spirit's saying to move into those desires. Because otherwise I feel like you're not going to be fulfilled here. And you have this King of Wands, King of Cups in the outcome, which is, I feel like it's you. It's like you're tapping into that energy here. King of Wands, like I said, it's like there's something about you getting that type of success here that you want. But with the King of Cups here as well, there's some type of strong devotion towards something that you really emotionally love. And I'm also seeing with this King of Cups, you being able to dissolve the restrictions, Devil card, that have been keeping you stuck. You pulled this Lotus butterfly, or Lotus blue butterfly. It says transformation, becoming, lightness, and beauty. So Y'all hear that music down there? Okay, anyways, but stepping into the transformation that you want, stepping into the life that you want here, and being the person, like becoming the person that you want to be, not what everybody else wants you to be, or staying stuck in a space or in an energy here that's not yours or that you've outgrown. You pulled this solidity card. It says inner core here. And I think this is you. Look at this. It's like breaking free. And the dove in the middle. The dove represents peace and serenity. Right? So it's like being able to break free from, like, letting your real authentic self come out. You pull this Woodwife's card. It says adaptability here. So, you know, and that's that devil card. Like, we can be stuck in a rigid way of doing things for so long that even the universe is like, hey, it's time to change. But we're like, nope, I'm holding on to it this way, right? And then we get to the point to where it's like, okay, I need to actually change, right? And this is what this card is about the adaptability, right? It's like improvising, adapting, and overcoming whenever the moment calls for it. So that's what I got for you, Sagittarius, in your mid-month reading. I appreciate you for watching. If you want to book a personal reading with me, that link will be down below in the description. If you like the video, be sure to hit the thumbs up button for me. And if you haven't yet subscribed, I encourage you to do so. And otherwise than that, I will see you later. Bye, Sagittarius.